How many rewinds have you done now, Rick?
Oh, don't ask me questions like that. I don't know. I think I've done Henley like 3 times. I've been up to Scotland, obviously, and they do one up north, and they do them all over the world, really. I've been to South Africa, Bangkok, Dubai, and somewhere else, I think, as well, but I can't remember right now.
Oh, I didn't
so
realise
quite a few.
all those countries.
Yeah.
And so, how do the crowds all compare?
They're good everywhere. I mean, obviously, I think this is probably their, biggest gig, and therefore, and also the guys who actually put the gig on are local to here as well. So it's kind of their backyard in a way. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's great, I think. And I mean, Henley, I think we've all kind of been aware of the fact that Henley is such a beautiful place, and it's sort of, in a way, this is kind of at odds with it. Do you know what I mean? Because it gets invaded.
Yes.
Because you've got this beautiful, quaint village over the way with the rowing and the whole, and then that lot turns up. But in a way, that's quite good. I think it shakes it up a bit. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's quite a civilised crowd, isn't it?
No, it is. It is. It's not. I mean, there's a few people having a glass of shandy out there, that's for sure. But no, they keep it together.
Yeah. And so, what sort of costumes have you seen that you quite fancy out there?
There's been quite a few. There's always a good Where's Wally, but there's usually about 5 or 6 of them. You don't know which one to point at.
Yeah, we were.
There's a woman down in the front row actually who's got tassels on her boobs. I don't know if I can say boobs, but I've just said it.
Take some pictures later.
Okay, and that is very. I don't know what the word is, off-putting in a way, because she's moving them around a lot as well, do you know what I mean? So I'll have to see how that works later.
Yes, okay, maybe she would have moved later.
Oh no, she isn't being moved, she's there for the day.
Okay, so we've got 5 specific questions to ask you. First of all, out of the 80s, what icon really stands out for you? What's your favourite? It could be anything, not just as pop star.
Oh, okay, just anything from the 80s.
From the 80s
wow,
that is an icon for you that really smacks of the 80s.
Oh wow, I think the first big mobile phones as something that, whenever you see one of those in a movie, you just think, you've got to be kidding. You know what I mean? People actually walked around with one of those things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also I think if you do see that in a movie or a photograph, you instantly know what decade you're in. There is no denying it, bang, that's it. Yeah, that's always... Rubik's Cube obviously is one as well.
Yeah.
Music-wise, it's funny. I think of certain artists and I think of people like Madonna, partly because she's around now, obviously, today still having hit records, but obviously she broke in the 80s. And I think to some degree she sort of gave everyone a kick in the pants a little bit, or the female world, you could say, certainly within music, because a lot of I don't know, women hadn't perhaps done what she'd done, or certainly for a while anyway, where she actually was the powerhouse, kind of leading it all, do you know, pushing her own career, being in charge, you know what I mean, designing her own career, if you like.
Yeah.
And maybe women had been doing that, but I'm saying she was actually actively telling everyone that's what she was doing. And that was a bit of a change, I think, in the 80s, that I know we had the Spice Girls, whatever later, but I think she kind of, I don't know really, she kind of changed things a bit, I think, in that respect. So yeah.
I think she's 56 today.
Is she? Wow, there you go.
And if you could get into a DeLorean, travel back in time, which act from this weekend would you want to see at a concert?
Back in the day, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tricky. That's very, very tricky. I've always been a Level 42 fan, and I've seen them a lot live anyway, but I mean, obviously I've seen them because I've been on the same bill as them. But to be honest, they still rock, they're still really, really good, so I don't need to go back and see them then, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's tricky that, because I might be being a bit nice here. But to be honest, all the artists who come and do Rewind have still kind of got it. They're still all singing well and then what have you. And yeah,
some of them even better.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, it's tricky that. Tricky. I'll say Level 42 just because I'm a bit of a fan anyway. So it'd be nice to see them, not even in their prime, because I still think they're doing it. But I mean, just when they first kind of made it big, I think.
And so, coming back to countries, which is the favourite one that you've performed in? Which country?
UK is always special because obviously it's home. You've got a total, there's no barrier in terms of your rapport with the audience, because they get your jokes, you get theirs, you know what I mean? You're with them completely in that respect. But also sometimes I think it's nice to be somewhere completely different. Like I've just been in South America this year, and really had some fantastic gigs there, brilliant gigs, some of them really late at night, so it's a different vibe in that respect, you know what I mean? You're leaving the hotel at 10:30, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally putting the toaster on at that point. Yeah, it's good sometimes to have a total different flip, you know, where, all right, I struggle with the Spanish a bit, but you just try and make up for it in other ways, you know, so.
And which of your songs has been a surprise hit for you? Which
all of them. Yeah, I mean, I think having hits is so unpredictable. I mean, obviously, if you're in a little pocket and you've had a few, then you've got a good chance of having another one. But music's always been like that. You know, record companies have forever been thinking, oh, this is the one, we're going to put, this is the one, this is the one. No one can tell whether that's the one or not. You can't. So if it happens, then I think they're all, in their own way, are still a bit of a not a surprise, but you just can't bank on them. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
And out of all your lyrics that you sing, which is your favourite line?
Oh, my word. Wow, that I sing. Wow. Oh, you've stumped me there completely. I've still got a soft spot for Never Gonna Give You Up, to be honest. And I don't know if there's a line in it, whatever, but because I sometimes think how bizarre life has been because I sang that song. And whether it's, you know, the opening "We're No Strangers to Love," which is the opening line, whether it's that or the never gonna, whatever, it's still, in its own way, it still moves me a little bit, that song, because I have moments where I'm looking at the audience and I think back at the life I've had and I just sort of think, you look, you know, I do, I genuinely do that. So,
that's great.
Yeah.
That's really
I presume you've seen the T-shirts that say...
I've seen them all, yeah.
things that Rick Astley will never do.
Yeah. No, I've seen all of that, because friends, if they see, they send me stuff,
How, you know, when that Rick Rolling thing came along a few years ago, what was your take on that one?
Well, it's a bit odd, because a couple of friends who live in America kind of sent me these emails, and I'm kind of like, why are you doing that? You know, we're supposed to be friends. Why are you sending me like some daft link with my video? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I kind of, whatever, and one of them tried to explain it to me, so I researched it a bit, and I think I've just, it's just been one of them bizarre things, and I've certainly not viewed it as a negative thing. It's been really, really positive. Well, I've often thought that record labels would, you know, chew someone's hand off to get that kind of publicity.
Yeah. I mean, there's one week where on the wrestling show in America, on Raw, somebody phoned in, or Vince McMahon phoned somebody up to offer them $1 million, and they got your song.
Right. Okay.
He went to answer phone.
Right. Okay.
Rickrolled on his own show. It's everywhere.
No, it is. Yeah, it's funny. And but I think the beauty of it was that it wasn't really about me, and it wasn't about that song. Even it could have almost been any song.
Yeah.
They just chose that one. So fair enough. And,
it was a good song, though.
Thank you, but I'm saying, you know, they could have, you know, so, and that's the way I've treated it, really. I've tried to have some distance to it, because it's just one of them bizarre things that you can't have any control over it anyway, so just go with it, you know.
Cry for Help's still my favourite.
Thank you, my love, thank you.
I love that.
Well, to be honest, when Mike and the Mechanics were on before, and it does it to me every single time, they sing Living Years, and I'm like, oh, I've got to put my sunglasses on now.
Yeah.
I just lose it every time. It's such a fantastic lyric, that song, it's brilliant, it's absolutely brilliant.